What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyt and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Swissboy, none other than the most Swiss boy you've ever seen in your entire life. Swissboy is one of those players who I absolutely adore, and an incredible human, and just such a lovely personality to be around. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Loki. His name is HerroOP, a very old player. He's been playing this game since he came out of the womb, but I'm not sure how long ago he came out of the womb, so it might be a little bit fuzzy. But there has been a little bit of rust in there, a little bit of a rusty boy. Hasn't played in quite some time. Not only that, he's found himself in one of the more difficult matchups, with the map being Mediterranean. Poseidon versus Loki on Mediterranean here. Now, Loki does have some chances here against Poseidon. So the chances include, one, if Poseidon goes for a Hermes here, you don't lose the water as hard. So you can actually hold on to it for longer, get heroic age, and go for a gold staff on the second gold mine, because this gold mine is going to be expired by the time you're going to be hitting the second one. You can get a lot of value out of that. Potentially go Njord as well as an option, so that you can as like a fast heroic is a possibility as well. If you're kind of doing some metagaming, if you know that your opponents are going to go Hermes. But a lot of the time here, Poseidon wants to go Ares because it gives him the biggest advantage on the water, allows him to win the water even faster. So the counter to that is to be going for a 3-dock Loki build, possibly getting 2 Ulfsarks out. And going up a little bit later, so your opponent goes up nice and fast. You basically conceded the water for the pestilence. The 3 docks go down. You spam out all your longboats, and then you just put two docks right on top of one fish, and the other dock over on the other fish. And you concede the fact that you're probably only going to be able to control 6 fish here. So if you can get 3 docks around this area, and then you can just sit under there, hang out for as long as you possibly can, then you'll be in a good position to then transition to a very slow lost water into like get 5 to 6 Herso. Then when you give up on water, you give up on water hard. You take all your villagers off of wood. You come over. You eat the hunt on the map, which is up here. We see there's boar here. We see there's berries here. There's even going to be pigs. There's an auroch here. Pigs. You claim as many pigs as you possibly can. That's why I suggest going 2 Ulfsarks here as Loki. And then you hit the roll gauge very fast, and you hit the Poseidon player before they get a chance to transition and utilize that really strong economy. So we will see here. We will see fishing ships coming through for HerroOP, and we've got the temple already up, and we do see Hermes for Swissboy. So this does cut down on the amount of damage you can do with the fast heroic, but it doesn't matter, because the point is that the timing hits so that the Poseidon player is going to have to cast Ceasefire in order to gain their second gold mine, and then you take it back with flaming weapons. That's the idea. So we'll see what HerroOP is going to be going for at the very least. He's going Heimdall. Heimdall is an interesting try here. An interesting try, because you do get access to Arctic winds? Yeah, Arctic winds, which does make your longboats on par with the Greek longboats to some degree, but it costs so many resources. And yeah, it's a difficult one. And the other thing that you lose out on is the Hall of Fame's Herso. No longer as strong. We see this Catoscope is just getting a little bit antsy here, trying to cause some mischief. But the trireme coming forward for Swissboy. The stock coming up very slowly. If you notice this, the build time on a dock, 120 build points for both. But for some reason, the Ulfsark builds this one slightly slower. That's fixed on Extended Edition, but I don't think that the Voobly balance patch is quite fixed. We do see that the fishing ship does manage to escape here and start building those longboats out. But there's a big advantage right now for Swissboy. It's almost 4 trireme advantage here as the next two coming out. Well, actually, it is a 4 trireme advantage right now. I'm going to attempt to throw it on this dock. You want to put this dock over here. Let's hide it, because this is never going to go up. We do see the trireme going to come in and try and pick off the Skraeling. We'll see if HerroOP is going to make that attempt. This is the best, sort of the best way to attempt to win the water, is to sneak docks over a side and then just pretend like you've given up on it over one side, throw down like a longhouse in the vision of your opponents and just like Scardy fake it, you know? But he's throwing up this dock right here. He's always going to be losing his Herso, almost losing his Ulfsark as well. The 5 longboats are out now, going to be pushing back these units for the time being. Catastrophes does go down. This dock is going to be on the way. For the moment, how's the population going for both these players? 53 to 51, so not so bad. HerroOP almost throwing away a longboat there. 9 HP remaining. This dock still not up. The longboats or the trireme going after the Skraeling that's trying to run away, but unfortunately got grouped with the Einherjar here. This dock almost up yet again, but it's just still very, very far away. The HerroOP. Swissboy moving in, going to be taking this fight. 8 longboats to 11 trireme, and the micro from Swissboy just a little bit too strong here. As Swissboy is pushing in, going to be fighting underneath the dock now. Changes the battle just a little bit. These longboats over here trying to retreat back. The Ulfsark still needs to think about getting this dock up, but he's just not going to be doing it. Can't really sacrifice him. It's a bit difficult to get more infantry out. These fishing ships need to get into their docks. He does manage to do so. Taking this fight again. He's got defender's advantage in terms of the boats coming straight out here. Oh no, and the longboats just keep on popping out into this location. Does manage to pick off one of those trireme, or almost one of those trireme. Look at all these low HP trireme here for Swissboy. HerroOP just gonna get completely chewed up though, as he's losing all of his archer ships. It is 7 minutes into the game. It's going to be a difficult time for HerroOP to continue here, but the Skraeling attempted to get this back up. Swissboy does not allow it, as the dock does not get up at all there. Not even close. The Skraeling loses his life. And that's gotta hurt for HerroOP. Now we've got Swissboy transitioning into stables. Archery ranges in the front, moving in, but there is nothing over this side. The sentry towers will notice it. We do see Herso coming out now for Swissboy. And Swissboy going to be hitting these villages. HerroOP can defend this with his villages if he wants to. These are very weak units, only dealing 6.5 damage a second compared to villages which deal 8 damage a second. Almost have this, or have exactly the same HP, or just a little bit more HP. Nice marker from Swissboy though, but he stops doing it. He's going to be losing his Toxote, giving a lot of favor over onto Brand Chainneck. Do you see the HerroOP still attempting to defend this water here, and he's actually managed to do so as Swissboy has stopped making his trireme. This is absolutely huge here for HerroOP. He's making a big comeback on the water. He needs to get watchtowers out and attempt to defend. He's got 700 gold left in this gold mine. He's making Herso, but he doesn't have the resources to just yet. Maybe cutting villages here and making Ulfsark if he can, but just so short on the food. Not paying attention to these raids that are coming in onto these villages. Just a lot of economic damage that's coming his way. The longboats moving forward, going to be hitting Swissboy's fishing ship in an attempt to trade back that damage here. Now the trireme's coming out for Swissboy again, but the big problem is Swissboy. The big problem for Herro is going to be he's got no answer for the Greek army in his base right now, apart from watchtowers, wall segments around his watchtowers. It's just going to be a difficult time. Now the trireme out. We've got 10 longboats to the 7 trireme for Swissboy. We've got these villagers getting pushed back into the town center. Nice push here from Swissboy. Lots of units getting picked off here. And so long as he doesn't stay for too long, it's okay. These Typicon have relatively high pierce armor, 25% plus a huge amount of HP, so they can stay under a town center for quite a while. All the Toxotes do a lot of damage. Meanwhile, HerroOP losing it on the water right now. He's down to he's back down to being at a negative amount of longboats here. And HerroOP in the 9th minute, 55th second, does decide to tap out here. GG. I would have been interested to see how this would have turned out if the dock went over here. It gives you 2 cheeky fishing spots, which your opponent might not see. Also gives you the dock up for free, basically. So you're definitely going to get it up. And then you can defend these 2 fishing spots here with a concave in this corner here. And that would have been really interesting. But it doesn't go for it. And we'll move on to the next game very shortly. Hope you guys are enjoying. If you are, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.